back in the water. Here with Big Fish Small Pod, episode 6. I'm Ryan Dake.
Steve Grimes.
Smooth with it. Hey, shout out Jordan Clayton on the homie there with the intro music. That's an uncut gem pulled out of the vault. Kind of found the file by accident the other day. Very, very talented producer, old homie. It's a great jam.
Shout out. We appreciate that.
For sure.
Still in quarantine. Today in history, World Red Cross Day. Perfect opportunity to thank everybody out there.
Good call. Big shouts out to Red Cross. Shouts out to the nurses. Shout out to the frontline workers helping us all get through this.
You know, a lot of these people have not been at work. They're working extra
overtime, while some of us are quarantined, they're putting in the work that we're not able to do.
I can't even imagine
over and over again.
The excess of people that are going to be hitting these hospitals when they fully allow open, just for just the little stuff that had accumulated over time that you weren't able to get checked out because it wasn't like an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Whole bunch of bunions and sprained elbows.
So many bunions.
So many bunions.
Excess of bunions.
Paul Bunions.
Man, I'm not looking forward to the excess of Paul Bunions.
The Paul Bunions, that's the big boy.
Man,
shoot.
We got a lot going on today, guys. We've got the Michigan Man. We just learned about this. So the Michigan Man. He was arrested for wiping his face on a Dollar Tree. I can't even say it with a straight face. Dollar Tree employee's sleeve instead of wearing a mask.
I can only imagine the scene. You want me to wear a mask? I'm about to mask your shirt with this snot.
So allegedly, there was a guy in Michigan that just decided that he didn't want to wear a mask whatsoever in this Dollar Tree because they were enforcing this. But instead of doing that, he just decided to wipe his face and nose on the sleeve of a Dollar Tree employee, and
that's like spitting in someone's face.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Just in a funnier way, I think. I don't know. I don't know what it is about that, but what's old man.
What's the charge? What do they charge for, like, human
I believe
fluids?
It's assault and battery. Probably. It looks like it. The charge is punishable by up to 93 days and or a $500 fine if convicted, which I'm pretty sure he will be based on his mugshot.
They did offer him 20 days to just have someone constantly lick his face in kind of like a payback.
Yeah. So what he was quoted was saying was, "Here, I will just use this mask," the suspect said as he wiped his face on the clerk's sleeve.
Oh my god.
How's this for a mask?
Yeah.
This kind of ties into last episode when we were talking about wearing masks at work when everything gets back. And they're actually doing it everywhere. And I went to Menards the other day, and you have to wait outside nowadays or during this current time, 6 feet apart from everybody supposedly, just to get into the store. You get up close, and the lady was like, she started yelling to the line. She's like, anyone that doesn't have a mask needs to go up front and buy a mask before you can enter the store. And I just pretended to ignore her and kind of look down, kind of had my hand in my pocket like I was hiding my mask. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't include me, whatever. And get through the door. And I get in the store. I felt like I was like Mission Impossible, sneaking into the store and shit. And I look around and no shit, every single person in Menards has a mask on, except me. I make it. Of course, my destination was like the building section where the wood is. It's like in the far right hand corner of Menards. I make it over there, just casually walking.
Oh, dang.
I made it that far.
You made a run for it.
Yeah,
like,
until the big guy with a Menard shirt
and a mask
stopped me. He was double masked actually, and he would not give me his spare.
I have a mask for my mask.
He's like, sir, you can't be in here. You got to go get a mask. I was like, and I got all shitty. I wasn't shitty, but I was like, fine.
Then
like a little kid, I was like
to wipe your face on the sleeve.
I'll just use this mask. I was like, fine. Where do they get the masks from? Man. Like a 6-year-old kid. Fine. I don't want to wear a mask anyways. And he's like, back up front. I had to fucking walk all the way back up to the front to get a mask. When I get to the front, there's a line to get
For
masks.
the mask line.
So I waited in the line to get in the store, waited in line to get the mask. It's $1. I was upset that they were making me buy a mask because I felt like that was my choice. I was like, I'm a healthy individual. I could see that some people are going to argue with this statement.
Well, I mean,
I
so
could see
did
that.
Michigan man also thought it was his choice to just go ahead
Did
and
they
wipe his whole
offer
face.
him? It was a Dollar Tree. It probably cost more than
I
$1.
don't know. I was
It's
also
not
at
$1.
I was at Menards today as well. I went to Lowe's first. They didn't require the masks. Menards did though. Luckily, I had a mask on me. Shout out Katie Salinas for the mask. She went ahead and hooked it up on the mask. But
That's a two for the second time.
yeah,
Pretty
so
recently
so
that
yeah,
Katie out.
I was wearing this mask in there, and everybody was wearing masks. I mean, you just have to. It's a lot of different stores are now enforcing this that you have to wear a mask.
I've seen like people, they just want something covering your face. Like this lady had like a bath towel wrapped around her face like a bandit, and
Shoot.
that was cool. And
I
everyone
had
was
a
talking
bandana.
to
I
her.
wore a bandana today.
Dude, the lady up at the register, you know how they'll half do their masks, and then I'm almost like, it's not a fucking fashion. Like you
Yeah, no.
you can't
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
not.
just chin it.
Yeah, no.
You can't chin it. It says that on the label. Do not chin.
I'd
No.
seen a video recently of a lady who had it was a guy that worked at a gas station that was taking the video, and there was a lady that walked in the front door and she had cut a hole in her mask where her mouth is, and the guy in the video goes, "Hey, where'd you get that mask?" And she's like, "Oh, I actually made it." And he was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. Like I see that you cut it." And she said, "Yeah, like it was really hard to breathe with the mask on, so I cut it."
After the fourth attempt
Yeah.
of picking myself off the floor from suffocation.
And then he goes, "Oh, cool, right?" Like, what in the world?
I wonder what
It's
would
just-
happen if you wore like a paper bag over your face and then just like cut out the eyes.
It's crazy how some people really
I
don't.
could see someone in Walmart doing that. Can you just like picture someone in Walmart doing like a
Man,
jack
they'll
o'
do whatever
lantern
they want.
paper
100%.
mask?
They'll do whatever they want.
There's always a story from Walmart. I
mean,
swear.
I think
Well, there actually is, because Dick, you're lucky that you didn't get arrested in that Menards, because a officer in Alabama took down a woman who was
Holy
shopping in Walmart, and she didn't have a mask on. So this guy decided to full on like body slam her to the ground. Didn't have a mask on, refused to comply. You're going down.
That guy probably sized me up at Menards.
Yeah,
He
full
probably-
on WWE
He probably considered
smackdown.
it. He probably looked me up and down and was like, "Do you not know the Walmart situation?"
Yeah, yeah.
you didn't
Not
read about
know.
that.
Was
You
it a
won't
woman?
be-
He tackled a woman?
Yeah, he tackled her down to the ground just for not wearing a mask. She refused to wear it, and
I'm sure there were a couple more things at play, but
uh,
that's how serious it is. I wonder what her argument was. It was probably the same way I felt. I was like, "That's
Throwing a
that's
fit,
my
being
I
a
don't
child about
wanna."
it. He's saying, "I don't want a mask.
wanna."
I don't want a mask."
You give me a free mask though, I'll wear it. If it's
Can
for
I pick
free.
the color? Can I pick
So,
what color mask I want?
the
You guys
news
got
says
masks?
Sergeant Rod Malden said a Walmart employee had told the woman to wear a face mask in the store, and the off-duty officer became involved because she was yelling obscenities, at customers and employees and refusing to leave. So yeah, there was a lot more in play, but refusing to wear the mask was pretty much the beginning of it all. But she was yelling obscenities at customers and refusing to leave.
You both own masks? I mean,
Yes.
I do now
Yeah.
from Menards.
You know what sucks is I ordered masks from like a website that was supposed, you buy these masks, they're an extra couple bucks than they really should be, but we're donating the money here, yada yada yada. So I got some masks 5 weeks ago on the internet, and they're not even across customs
You're
yet.
gonna get them from
They're not
Christmas.
even in the United States. They're coming from Toronto.
Was this a gift?
I could drive to Toronto and back and bring those masks with me in 12 hours round trip.
I just think that would be fire as hell.
I think my favorite thing about the mask is you don't have to change your expression at all when you see somebody. Because the first person that you see when you're wearing a mask and you smile at them or you try to be nice or whatever and you realize it doesn't matter, you can just flat face it at everybody.
Well, even if you're smiling, they're probably like, "That dude was a dick."
Yeah, but here's
Exactly,
the
it
thing
doesn't
about
matter.
that though. Like, the face that white people give to each other when they see each other in the
White
yeah, it's the white people stale face. So as soon as you're walking by someone and you make eye contact, you can just give them that little
Yep,
little, hey,
that's not there anymore.
hey, how you doing with
the
your
sm-
mouth?
the
bit?
smug lip.
Hey,
Yeah.
brother.
That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You can't just, you gotta actually nod. You gotta go for something.
Oh God,
Or-
man, I'm
or
so
the
bad with
whole-
that. I
Have you
ignore it.
ever once in your life committed to an actual wave at a stranger?
I do it.
I
I do it in the neighborhood when
Yeah, it's
when
not
I'm
a-
driving.
When is the
I just
probate?
kind of
Are
go
you
like,
just talking at random?
Just like random, like wait.
I'll pre-wave if I want to get in a
Pre-wave?
if
What
I
is a
want to get in the
pre-wave?
car. I won't give it. It's a pre-wave because then they feel like a dick. So like if I'm like trying to come out and you could tell that they're not gonna let you in, I'll just be like,
Just start shaking my arm a little bit.
it's like a pre-wave. Yeah, it's like thanks, bro. And then they're like, I didn't. All right, fuck it. I mean,
that's actually a pretty good
one
idea.
time.
No, but like when people are it's always super awkward when you're like walking down and then someone else is walking. You're like, fuck, man. And then I'm the guy that's gonna look at the ground. I don't want to do even that half a second chit chat with you. Be like, hey, bro, how's it going? It's always like, how you doing? Do we really have time in this half a second crossing paths for me to tell you I'm doing? You know what, Chuck? Come back here. I do want to tell you how I'm doing.
No, because it's always a how you doing, and then they always just reply with
Yeah.
how you doing,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And it's
That's it.
acceptable.
And nobody cares about how you're actually doing. It's just the question that they ask, and that's it. But if you begin to tell someone how you're doing, you're like, go ahead and shut the hell up. I don't actually care how you're doing.
This is a Midwest phenomenon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I mean, there in other places in the country, even it's weird to even say hi.
Yeah.
Like it is very some places it's weird to say hi, and I think Midwesterners are very stereotypically and accurately stereotypically.
Yeah. I mean, here it's just
Over the top nice.
How you doing?
Oh, you almost bump into somebody. Oh, Midwesterners is like a spaghetti noodle.
Dude, it's like when you're like standing in line, and then there's like
It's
that
terrible.
awkward, like you're standing in, and then there's always that guy like in front of you or behind you. It's like, man, it's like this every time I come here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yup.
I came back the other day for some bucatini, and they didn't have it. You're like, what the fuck, Wayne? Would you shut up? I don't even know your name, but you're probably Wayne.
Or how about the go-to thing in the Midwest to talk to a stranger about is the weather?
Oh yeah.
You have nothing to say. It's
I
like
fucking hate
you
that.
can talk
but
to
I do
anybody.
it too.
Exactly. I don't even, when it's like one of the things that you like go to say without even thinking, but you always hate to hear.
Yeah.
But it's always entertained.
Because
Always
you know
entertained.
why they're using it. It's the I ain't got shit to say, but I feel like I should be talking to you right now. Right? It's always like the father-in-law thing. Like when you
Right.
like first meet the father-in-law and they leave you in the room with him.
So we're supposed to get some sunny weather tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Man, these UV rays have been something.
I think I'm gonna sit on the porch.
You ever bought a
really hot today, huh? Yeah, it's 120 degrees, Doug.
You ever bought
Ooh, that breeze feels nice.
So I was on Amazon the other day looking at barometers.
The prices go up and down.
You ever do that? And he's like, "What the?"
Some crazy price on avocados lately, huh?
Oh man,
Wow, the wind chill in here is something.
Typical white people shit, man. Typical white people shit.
Oh, that's great.
If it wasn't so humid, it'd be a great day.
Dude,
Oh, that's an Indiana thing for
the
sure.
most white person shit right now, Tiger King.
Tiger
Hands
King.
down.
I do
Yeah.
love Tiger King.
Hands down, Tiger King. I heard there's talks of a movie, perhaps.
I would for one
Has to
would
be.
like to see that. I would definitely like to see that movie.
That movie's gonna make so much money.
Oh, without a doubt.
I wonder who's gonna produce the movie.
Oh, I bet it would be Lionsgate.
Oh man.
Lionsgate.
Lionsgate.
That's kind of a dick joke there. Okay. That was
You would
clever.
kind of hope to see Lionsgate really take control in this situation
That was
and
clever.
go ahead and
Of
produce
course.
that.
It has to be. That's a dead giveaway.
That's a dick joke. You wanna phase in a dick joke?
Ooh, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do a little. Let's
You
do a
know
little
what
date
to
joke
do.
for him. Stephen Grimes, should we hit him with a date joke?
Let's hit him with a dick joke.
Date joke.
Dick joke.
Date joke. Come and me wanna go home.
Okay. What do sprinters eat before a race?
What?
Nothing. They fast.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Dang, the date jokes are improving. I'm gonna go ahead and
So
give
much
that
pressure.
a 6-7.
Oh, that's very close. I was gonna give it like a 6-8.
All right,
Nice.
yeah, 6-7,
Nice.
6-8.
I wonder what Trent. Hey, we should call Trent later.
We'll get him to vote later.
Should we retell him the joke later?
Yeah,
See
we,
him
we
get
will
his
collectively
vote?
see
Alright.
his
Yeah.
vote.
Possible call to Trent later.
I think he'll give
Not
it in the
gonna promise
sixes though.
anything, but-
That's a pretty
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
good one there.
Nice random thought by me.
Bang bang.
All right.
All right, so what's the total so far? You gave it an 8-7.
What?
I gave it a 6.
Yeah, nobody gave it an 8-7.
My
And
guy,
you gave it a
whoa.
9, and you gave it a 9.3. So we're already at
Something in that.
So you got a 6.8 plus a 6.7. That's not right. It's just a 20.3.
234. Shit.
All right, you got a 13.5 right now, bud.
All right.
So
we'll
we'll have
come
to-
write that down. We'll come back
Yep.
to that.
Yep.
Big-
So
big-
let's get into a. God, what are you trying to say? Dick, 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 dick. You trying to get in here? He just keeps dick, 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 dick.
Let the man speak.
All I was trying to
He's
say is big fish, bad math.
Big fish, bad mouth. That's that's what you're trying
Big
to say.
fish, bad math.
Oh. Okay, yeah, big fish, bad man.
Oh,
Shoot.
shit. Hold
Let's
on.
hit him.
No,
Let's hit him
give
with it.
Smooth some time. He's got some
No, I'm good, I'm good.
to talk about. Sorry.
Okay, we
Alright.
shouldn't make fun of
All right.
Sam
Yeah,
anymore.
shit, man.
That's a serious problem.
Come on, man. You guys promised.
Come on, man.
All right. Now it is
Cut.
time.
Cut. And we're
you-
back.
If you don't stop interrupting me with that.
Cut.
Oh, shit.
Shoot, man.
Did you guys notice my scab on my head? Thanks for not pointing it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, how'd you do that?
Yo,
It just
okay,
goes with
here's
that.
just what I want to know. Like,
goes with the Heisenberg.
you've just been ignoring it this whole time. What did you just assume? Maybe you're like, well, we're not going to mention it. Maybe it's a sensitive topic.
No, I
or
thought you were just watching a lot of Harry Potter and you just decided to do something for yourself there.
just to kind
I
of
thought it was a liver
represent the
spot.
brand.
Yeah, what happened? You cut
If it
yourself
was
shaving?
a liver spot, wouldn't I have had it the whole time? That's a pretty bad shave.
Maybe you're
if
just
that,
getting old.
All right, go ahead and tell us a story.
all right.
Nope.
If you must, since you brought it up,
This is
I'm building a privacy fence, right? I think I told you that. Anyway, I'm building it around. There's lots of fucking trees in the backyard, and I was reaching down to pick up the shovel, and I hit my fucking head on like one of those. It was a twig on the side of the trunks. It was like one of them like low ones that had snapped off like 20 years ago, but it had like a vengeance for somebody that it never got until just the other day with me. Nice and pointy and jagged.
You're talking about this twig to your forehead?
Yeah, it was more like a giant assault limb, but that's okay. And I fucking bend down. It fucking gouged the shit out of my head. I guess I was just trying to
Big
branch
target.
out.
Real big target.
Yeah.
Got a big dome, man.
Yeah, so now, it already sucks not having hair in the first place, but then to mark it up.
Sucks not having hair, bro. You keep shaving it off. What do you mean?
I can't get enough of not having it. You won't let it. Remember that year
don't
you
give it
wiped
a
honey all over
Give
your
it a
scalp
chance.
just to block your pores so it wouldn't grow?
Wow.
Oh, shit. That-
Holy moly. That explains why you're bald.
we had to
Good
keep
Lord.
you away from Elmer's glue for months. Oh, shit.
Man, that shit is delicious.
Dude, I used to be addicted to soap.
You were addicted to soap?
I was addicted to soap.
And now you don't have soap in your bathroom, so what's good?
Well, I'm clean now.
There's so many things.
Spit all over.
That was even a better date joke, and it was unintentional.
Was it?
Dang.
Maybe it was a
Dang.
giant 20-minute
Oh,
lead up for a
man.
joke trap. Oh, fuck.
That was in
Well,
there.
Dake's clean from soap now, so we all know that.
We're good. We're good.
Okay. So, hey, let's do a nod to the friends of the pod real
Ooh,
quick.
yeah,
YouTube shout out comment. Plum Fool asked us, cats versus dogs. What you guys got here? I got dogs all day.
Dogs
Well,
all
yeah,
day.
dogs all day. But
Dogs around.
I mean, you have to acknowledge that there's some funny shit that cats do.
Cats
are
are-
fucking hilarious,
Like
but they are always up to shit.
they can really box you. You know, cats are like they say they're the top predator in the world. Out of all the animals, the cats are like,
What do you like about
Top
cats?
of
What don't you like? Is it because they have to go to the bathroom in the house?
they got attitudes, man.
They can
Cats
learn how
got
to shove the
bad
toilet.
attitudes. They just give you sass. I'm not about that, you know.
Maybe because you giving them sass.
Exactly, but you're my pet, man. Chill. Don't sass me back.
That's my house
This is
plant.
my house. You got a box to poop in because of me. I'm
Yeah,
talking
I
about
had a
that.
cat
Yeah,
bite my,
dogs all day. I
bite
don't
my
dogs all
index
day.
finger off one time.
You still like dogs? You
And-
say-
I have a lazy eye now because of a dog, but I still like them because I have a second chance.
Yeah, I mean, really though, I was a kid and I got bit across the face by a dog. In kindergarten, this is true. I have the scars. You guys can't see it when you're listening. But
No, we
these
can
guys
see
at the
it.
table can see them. I got a lot of whatever.
It looks like shit.
No, I do have scars on
I
my
got
face
one.
from it. I was petting a dog probably a little bit too hard. He turned around, and bit me on the face, and
It's common.
it is. And
I got this. I got this one from the
It's
same
common for
shit.
some people to be afraid of dogs after something like that, but you know, I think it may be kind of.
That only makes it worse, actually, because they can sense that
That what?
that you're uneasy.
Oh, that you're
uneasiness.
scared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they can sense that, and then it makes them
Feel dominant.
at ease, and then
Yeah.
it's kind of like this standoff type thing.
Yeah, well, shout out Plum Fool for the question. Turns out dogs all the way around.
Of course.
F cats.
Oh, shoot.
Check out the post at fuckcats.com.
So you can, if you have a question for the pod, you'd like a little nod here, if you are a friend of the pod, you can reach us at any one of our medias, YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud, you name it, and just leave a little comment. Say, hey, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about that? We
BigFishSmallPod.com.
kind of keep a little bit of a general rule of thumb here at Big Fish Small Pod. We like to have fun. We don't dive too deep into politics or take a political stand on anything. We're all about taking it easy and just letting it all hang out anyway. So
Relaxing in the water.
we
is
just
like we call
yeah.
it. We just want you to stay in long enough for your hands to get pruny. That's all.
Shoot. Either way,
Hit up the medias.
yep. Hey, let's give Trent a call real quick. Let's fire it up. Hit him, Dake.
Let's hit Trent with a call. Let's see what happens.
We got some things, man. Y'all haven't heard from Trent in a couple episodes now. Neither
Locked
have we.
up with the quarantine. No one is.
Nobody's heard.
Oh, I was just calling you.
Oh, snap.
And I just hung up on you. So,
What's poppin', Trent? Welcome back to
Hey,
the water.
welcome in the water. Big Fish,
It's-
Small Pod.
It's warm.
It's been a while.
Ooh, yeah. It feels good.
How you been, bro?
You know, I'm better now. Been pretty solid. Been cooking a lot. Just got done cooking.
What are you cooking?
Tonight it was Asian inspired. We went with a garlic ginger rice noodle dish that had some cabbage, mushroom, carrot, and snow peas.
Ooh. Yo, I have seen some pictures of some of the things that you've been cooking, man. And not only are they outstanding pictures, these dishes are really, really nice looking food.
Yeah, no shit. He showed me some last night, man. Did some scallops
Supreme.
over
Oh, thanks, guys.
some goat
That-
cheese
I
with
mean-
some relish I wouldn't eat on top.
That
yeah,
is
I
chef-
did a pistachio relish on top of a scallop on a bed of whipped goat cheese.
So what's next for you? You gonna
Why
open
did we
your own
say?
restaurant?
Why did we call him Trent? This is Chef Taylor, man.
Chef Taylor.
Give him the respect.
It's got
Awesome.
it's got a nice ring to it.
How about
gotta say.
I'm
Not mad at
chefing the man.
Oh no, that's disrespectful to
Okay,
Trent.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been a long-standing passion of mine. You know, I like to cook because it helps me learn what to eat. Because for the longest time, I was honestly as picky of an eater as Dake is now.
That's impossible.
He told me that. He
Yeah.
has told me that.
And I was always so afraid to try new things, and I would see, dips and salads and stuff like that, and I'd be like, ooh, gross, no, I don't like that. And then I started making it myself and learning that it was just a combination of a bunch of things that separately I really liked, and when you kind of incorporate them, they go better together. So
There's
throughout that, I started to develop eating more foods, and
trying
where
new
I'm at.
things, right? Yeah.
The
That's a
prosecution
good-
would like to ask, though, is it not true that there are many things that you eat that you do not like, but you only eat them because you know they're good for you? Actually, I know the answer to that. It is
there's
true.
a couple of things that I've had to train myself to like. I'm still not there necessarily with beans.
Beans.
I don't know what it is about beans.
I don't
love
like
beans.
beans. I don't like beans.
I
either.
love beans. Why? Texture
It's
or
the
taste?
texture. They're just
It's
They're
the
little
texture.
mashed
That's
potatoes.
100%.
It's
It's not
just
the taste.
mush.
The
They're
taste
tiny
will
mashed
get
potato
whatever you put
Skittles.
it in.
That's exactly
it'll
what they
fill
are.
up with taste. They'll naturally have like a slight kidney bean or bean flavor, but most of them will just pick up whatever you put them in because they're starches. But like even mashed potatoes, if you hand me mashed potatoes, like I'll eat them because I'm Irish. But
I don't like mashed potatoes either.
Fucking
I'm the
love
same way.
mashed
I
potatoes.
think it's the
See,
it's the
yeah,
texture. They're mushy.
it took me a while to eat baked potatoes too.
Do you not like
honestly.
oatmeal?
I like oatmeal.
All right. Do you not like cream corn?
I like cream corn.
Okay.
Those aren't
Those
like
are the mushy.
spongy, starchy like a potato or like a. I like sweet potatoes, but sweet potatoes I feel like end up kind of being more like a pudding kind of thing, you know?
Sweet
Pudding.
potatoes are actually incredibly healthy for you.
We'll put it on the spitball list, and maybe sometime we'll speak about it more. How about that?
Trent, you got some time for a spitball?
Yeah, man. Spitball.
Hey, welcome back to the spitball board.
It feels right now. All right, so it's gonna be hard for you to shoot a spitball through the phone, but I just want you to
Yeah, I
hold
got some
steady.
range. I
You
don't know if I
probably
can
still
make
got
it.
a
We're
better
gonna
chance than we
Skype,
do.
and you're gonna shoot it.
Trent, we're gonna read you the subjects here real quick. All
right.
We've got the oscillating fan. It's
Yeah.
straight out the dictionary there.
New
The
technology.
dictionary.
Yeah, the
Did you just
dictionary.
think of that?
Nice. Double
Yeah,
down
That's
on
good, bro.
We've got dream job. There's a new one called That's My Shit. We have Would You Rather. We also have mystery product review, trips taken, crazy things tried, wild card, and bucket list.
Okay. Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and start oscillating right now. All right, we're slowing down. We've got trips taken.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Who wants to
okay.
start? I'll go.
All right,
Why not?
boom, right on.
Craziest experience, probably right off the bat. I have to think I had an amazing opportunity when in sophomore year of high school that I got to go to France.
Whoa, where in France?
With the school. Well, we toured the major parts of France. I won't get too detailed because it'd be an extremely long story, even though I know how much you love that. Paris, a lot of the chateaus around the castles and stuff like that, and we stayed there. I think it was, if I remember right, it was 1 week with the group. It was everybody from the high school. You had to take like up to French 3 to qualify, and then you could go on the trip. And 1 week in France, I got to experience some wild shit. It's legal to drink there, so it's the first. I was.
Is it not legal to drink here?
Dude, I was 15 years old.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause I
he
was
said
younger.
Sophomore year. He
Yeah.
said
Oh,
sophomore
yeah,
year.
yeah,
I
That's
didn't turn
correct.
16 till late junior year. So I was 15 years old. First time I ever had a screwdriver. It was fucking wild. But the eating there is totally different. Dude, the pizza is not pizza there.
Oh my gosh!
And-
what
and-
did you do? That's
Oh.
all you eat. All you eat is pizza. What,
So turns out,
especially at 15.
for breakfast, they get down. They do bread and chocolate for breakfast. Nutella is fucking off the map. They have Kool-Aid. It's sugarless Kool-Aid, so it's just like red water and red water. it's great. But anyway, and then the second week you got to spend with an exchange student, and props to the high school. They did research and they matched you with someone who had the similar likes. So this dude that they paired me with also enjoyed hockey. And I was in a band at the time because, it's cliche high school. The same music I liked and the same interests and stuff like that. So, it was cool. It was an amazing week, but it was in Switzerland. So I actually stayed a week in Geneva,
Nice.
Switzerland. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my entire life, bro.
It's cool that they were able to match you with a family like that.
was
you
so
know?
cool.
You said this is in high school?
This was in high school, man.
That's
and
pretty
I
good.
played,
Yeah,
dude.
That's
I
pretty
played
good
street
technology.
hockey. I showed them what I represented America in street hockey, and actually went to one of the wildest parties I've ever been to. But I was so much of I was very shy at the time. I didn't participate, but it was the wildest part. Looking back, I should have participated in that
Yeah.
part. It was like a hill. It was like from a movie, like Twilight or something. It was like on this hilltop, and there was like this abandoned house, and we were in there, and they were fucking.
I
Just,
didn't know they had technology like that in the 1930s.
What, Twilight, dude? Wolves. Just can't. Yeah, it was a good time, man. So shout out to the other side of the world. Mad props.
Right on.
Yeah, I've got a similar story actually.
Similar.
Well, not like I was partying in Twilight or anything like that with those guys and the Wolves, but I got a chance to go to Barcelona, Italy, Spain. I went to France, Greece, and Croatia, all in like this 12-day trip on a cruise. It was awesome, man.
Holy
I mean,
shit, 12 days.
12-day cruise, yeah. It was awesome.
When was that?
That was about, I think it was like
13
8
days
years
ago.
ago or something like
13
that.
days? I just got back.
Yeah, no, but it was. We started off in Barcelona, then we went to Italy, then hit France, and then we actually hit like I think 5 different cities in Italy. I actually got to see the Pope speak
Wow.
at the Vatican, which is really really rare. We didn't actually think we were gonna get this chance to see him, but yeah, man,
that's
it
wild.
was. Yeah, and all of those places, I was probably 16 years old
On a
and-
cruise the whole time.
Yeah.
Out of all that, was the cruise dope?
Yeah. Oh my God, it was amazing. I mean, you had like drink tickets and you had a free buffet every single day, and it was amazing. But yeah,
All right.
you
Big
got
Fish
off on
Small
these-
Pod Cruise Edition coming soon, yeah?
exactly.
That's probably necessary.
But yeah, you got off on all of these ports, and everywhere was legal to drink when you were 16 years old, and it was a really good time. Italy was amazing. France, everybody hated us. Greece was incredible. Croatia, it was all a good time, man. I mean,
For you guys that have been to France, do they really like hate Americans?
yeah, they do not like us. I will say that.
yeah. I mean, at the time I was 15, bro. So they're probably like, I don't want to pick on this little kid, but I'm sure because
they
you
don't
know,
like us. They don't
No.
like us, and they're
Interesting.
very aggressive about their language too.
they think we don't respect them, and a lot of people just don't understand. I mean, it's totally different there, dude. It's so gorgeous, man. It's
Trent, you have some pretty good insight on probably what it's like to be French, right?
It's just all of Elise's side of or her dad's side family is all from the French side of Switzerland. So I hear stories consistently. And then Devin, when he went to Morocco, he had to deal with a lot of Frenchmen because apparently in like northern Africa, it's big to be French there. Like
Yeah.
the French settled those colonies. I mean, I don't know if they call them colonies, but they settled there. So a lot of people grow up speaking French.
Yeah, but you have to pay to use the bathrooms in France.
You also have to do that in Norway.
Yeah, a lot of these places you got to
Euro.
pay to. I paid €5 to use a bathroom.
Dude, it's so hard to communicate. I had taken French 3. Now I didn't, didn't excel through those classes, but I still had enough knowledge. And when I got there, bro, it is totally different. You can pick up like a couple words of what they're saying and stuff like that, but it's very hard. So you rely on the locals
Definitely.
a lot. So they probably get super like fucking irritated and shit that you're constantly bothering them, for just things that they assume you should already know.
I definitely had a similar experience studying Spanish. Trent, you got a trip that you can think of right now?
Yeah, I can either tell you guys the trip to Vatican City where I missed out on seeing the Sixtine Chapel,
Oh, sorry to hear that.
or I can tell you about a trip to a dude ranch when I was 13.
Hey, let's do the dude ranch.
What's
Let's do
a
the dude ranch.
ranch? Oh, like a cowboy ranch.
Except for all
Yeah.
dudes.
It's all dudes.
Dude ranch is just always it's a funny term.
It
man.
almost sounds like the guy version of the bunny ranch. I don't know.
A dude ranch.
No, this one's very family oriented.
All right, hit us with it.
All right, so when I was 13 years old, I had the opportunity to go with my mom to a dude ranch and my sister. So we all took a road trip out to Colorado. and it was right past the Rocky Mountains. And it's something my mom always did with her parents, so she wanted to kind of go through that with us. She just always had fond memories of the drive over. And then, so a Dude Ranch, if for those who don't know, is it's basically a horse farm or horse ranch that you can come and
Learn
how to ride horses. And there's even, if you want to pay a little bit less, you can like actually sign up to like clean horses and do work around the
They pay you.
So that you
wait.
can
You know, they
cheaper
make you
rates,
pay
but-
them to clean up horse shit and around the stables.
Yeah.
Now
If you clean
that
up horse shit, you get a bed tonight.
Is
you know,
business.
kind
Did
of
they
deal.
teach you how to lasso a calf?
No, I did have the chance to watch a lot of that go down. And after the trip, we went over to Wyoming during the Frontier Days, and I actually got to see bull riding and the whole chasing of the cows on your Bronco and kind of roping them up and stuff. Not the cows, but the calves. But that was pretty cool. And then on the trip there, we got vapor lock in the mountains. I don't know if you guys know
Wait a
what
minute,
vapor
wait a minute.
lock
What that
is
means.
because it's not a thing with cars anymore. Back in the day, they used to build gas tanks as a vacuum system. So when the cap was on, it was like a vacuum.
Mhm.
And if you got too high up in the mountains, the air pressure within the gas tank was too much to let gas out. So your car would just stop.
Huh.
So I'm
Interesting.
13, and we're driving through the Colorado Rockies, and there's parts of the Rockies that are kind of terrifying, or at least they were, 12 years ago.
Man, the Rockies
So
have got
we're
much
going up
rockier.
this, and I'm like, Mom, oh my goodness, it'd be. And she starts joking, and she's like, yeah, it'd be really terrible if we fell off the side of the mountain right now. I was like, why?
Famous last
Why tell me?
words.
How did you survive that?
No, so as soon as she says it, the car goes into vapor lock, and the car stops moving.
Dang.
And the nicest people ever. There was like 4 cars that got behind us, and all these people got out of the car to help push our car up the mountain until it
What?
started again.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then
it
that
was
guy
like
jumped out.
we had a dog, 2 children, and a 5'2" woman. I mean, like we in a PT Cruiser, so it wasn't a heavy car. We had like the woman and children. We had a pupper. There's a lot of reasons to help.
Wasn't as heavy as that Wrangler that Grimes lifted up with his 2 hands to
Oh
save
yeah,
those people.
goodness, that was a crazy little story there.
That's
Ah,
pretty
well,
badass.
glad you survived, man. Vapor lock.
Yes.
Yeah, vapor lock. More you know, right? That's pretty
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. So I mean, you probably won't have to deal with it if you're not driving through mountains and you have like a newer car past like 2009.
If you don't own a Gremlin, you're probably safe.
Oh,
What about you,
shoot.
Smooth?
So I recently took my first trip in a while. I actually took a trip up to Chicago. Chicago's the 3rd biggest city in the country. I love big cities. I really feel inspired spending some time in the city, but just spent a couple days in Chicago with my lady.
Love Chicago.
Yeah, we hit some cool restaurants. I went to a restaurant called 3 Arts Cafe. It was in a Restoration Hardware. So there's like a fountain in the middle of it, and you're sitting on like sofas, drinking like $80 bottles of wine and like charcuterie boards. Just sitting on a sofa, and actually had really, really, really good service, the best service of the whole weekend there at 3 Arts Cafe. I went to a cool like speakeasy that supposedly Al Capone used to hang out, called the Untitled Supper Club.
Whoa,
Okay.
quiet it down, quiet it
Yeah, I know, right? That place was exactly what you expect in a speakeasy. You think it might be kind of dark, kind of like
Was it underground?
it was underground.
Oh, so fire. That's dope.
They kind of treated us like shit, like you kind of felt like you had to be on the end to be like one of the
Were you not on
cool
the end?
people. Nah, bro, definitely not. I didn't know Al Capone like that. We were different sides of the city,
I always thought it'd be dope to have a club and call it the Outhouse, and you would just go, and it would just be an outhouse, like one of them old rickety ones with like the moon shape on the door, and you'd open the door, and it'd be stairs going down into an underground club, and it was called the Outhouse, right? It wouldn't even look like a club.
That's kind of like the idea of a speakeasy.
But the fire exits, it gets
There's
complicated.
a single standing door on like College and 15th or something like that, and I've always wanted that to be the other side of it.
That would be
It's
so
the weirdest
fire.
thing. It's just a door with a frame in the middle of this grassy knoll, and it has a smiley face on it. And I've always wanted
That is kind
to
of
be
weird.
the entrance to something cool like that, but it's just a door.
I feel like that's just where people get their dick sucked or something like that. They just go into this
right
little
behind the
smiley
door,
face
yeah.
door, and they just
Yeah,
you
if the
know.
door's open, so are the whores, you know?
Wow.
I thought I was gonna get somewhere. I spent 10 minutes going back and through that door. I didn't get anywhere. What was that?
Sorry.
Did I miss
Trent.
that?
Sam just ripped ass and it just like vibrated this whole fucking couch
It's
that we're
been
on.
him the whole time.
Yeah.
And you blamed it on me.
It wasn't. The first, the ones that were killing,
my
the ones that stank ass in here, that wasn't me.
Speaking of ripping ass, live sports
You guys
is back
sound
on.
traumatized.
Can you not smell it through the phone?
That's a Soldier Boy song. Oh wait.
Smell it through the phone?
Smell it through the phone.
You can smell it through the phone.
That's Soldier Boy song. It's a sulfur boy. You had that stank.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
with
still
that.
haven't heard the Dake joke.
Hit him with that.
Oh
Play-Doh.
yeah. We got to get his vote on the Dig joke.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, so I tell it to Trent. Crowd's already heard it, and they're probably still laughing about it. All right, Trent. Do I not get another intro?
Oh yeah. Dig joke.
Dig joke.
Dig joke. Come and me wanna go home.
Damn, that's some bass.
Beautiful.
All right, Trent. What do runners eat before a race?
I don't know, tell me.
Nothing. They fast.
Oh, silence from
wow.
Trent.
No.
Silence. Radio silence.
I think he accidentally hung up. That can't be his reaction.
Let's call him back.
He must have technical difficulties. His line's not coming through.
Go ahead, Trent. Hit him with a
The
score.
silence after the joke was funnier than the joke. Hey, come on.
Ah,
All
I
right.
got a high
Ooh.
score for that,
Now,
bro.
I want to say
You should
this
have been
on
there.
public record. The last two Dake jokes, I feel like you guys have been pretty close to what I would have done, except for last joke, the two-parter. I did thoroughly enjoy, and I think it should have been about an 8.9.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
That's my new
okay.
record, bro. I don't
All
know.
right,
Yeah,
so
definitely
so
a
go
new
ahead.
But
Go
what
ahead and
about
hit him.
today?
Yeah.
Why are you so tough today? Like what?
Back today, and I'm gonna go with a 3.
Don't do it.
Ooh.
Don't do it. Don't
Ooh.
do it. All right. How do you hang this thing up?
So you got Dake has a solid 16.5 after all three scores.
He was. The buildup was wrong.
No, it's the
Yeah,
same build-up that we heard.
Shoot, that's part of the joke,
All right.
Different faces, different places, different spaces.
man.
You know
Gee, that's
what's
still not
You know
you.
what's just as funny? Not you.
All right, so a 16.5 for Dake joke.
I think that's top
week
3.
6.
That's top 3 of his jokes. Maybe number 2. I can't remember.
I like the scoring because that's the closest we get to like sports right now. Right? It's like the easiest. It's like satisfies our like you're like doing the over unders on me and
Hey,
shit.
there are some live sports coming back sooner than later. Though.
Really?
We do have live sports
We
coming
got
up.
them. We got them coming back, and I ain't talking about Hulu when I say live sports.
Hey, Hulu has live sports.
Much more than that. Hey, Lou. We got the Bundesliga coming back.
Bundesliga, for y'all who don't know, is German soccer league. It is amazing to watch. I mean, it's just like the British Premier League. It's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some
But-
serious talent.
Yeah. So we got a different soccer league coming back. We got the UFC this weekend. We got a couple of
Whoa,
big time
what?
live
We got
fights.
the UFC this weekend?
Yeah, we've got a UFC fight actually on Saturday. We've got Greg Hardy going up against Jorgen De Castro.
Jorgen.
The main event is
You're gonna lose.
we've got Tony Ferguson going up against Justin Gaeth. That is in the lightweight main event. Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz going in the bantamweight co-main event. That's going to be some great stuff for the weekend. I know for a fact that my DraftKings wallet is going to be loaded.
Going up.
Are there crowds? Are there going to be crowds there?
I don't know. I doubt there's
doubt
going to be
it.
crowds.
Yeah,
I doubt
it.
there's going to be
Well,
crowds.
the UFC has been.
You're gonna be able to hear every punch land.
Right?
Exactly, and
That's
it's going to be
crazy.
great.
Speaking of scandals, I guess there's some new insight on Pete Rose.
So,
Pete
what-
Rose.
Pete Rose.
Or
Well-
P Rose.
Charlie Hustle.
yes, indeed, Charlie Hustle.
Pete
well-
Rose.
As a lot of you might know, Charlie Hustle has been involved in a lot of different scandals. He got in trouble for betting on sports. He's one of my idols as a Cincinnati
Same,
Red
bro.
fan. But apparently, there was a groundskeeper from the. Sorry, we gotta go ahead and cut this here.
Piece
Yeah.
it back in. Groundskeeper.
There was a groundskeeper from the Montreal Expos in 1984 that had said that he allegedly corked his bats.
I guess there was like a special, like they found a machine specifically
Wow.
for Pete Rose bat corking.
Really?
This was like a thing. People
Yeah.
used to cork their bats. It used to be a problem.
Sammy Sosa.
Like it was like his machine. Now, I am not the most accurately facted man.
Every
but-
episode.
I just covering bases, bro. I'm just covering my tracks. What if I run for president one day? I don't want him to hold this against me.
Every
Cover
episode.
bases like I'm Pete Rose.
Every episode of Big Fish Small
Ooh,
Pie.
covering my bases.
Every episode of Big Fish Small Pie, Dake will explain what kind of man he is not. No, I'm not the most. I'm not the most.
I am not a beach towel
I'm
man.
not the most intelligent man.
No, I don't have the most hair.
I am definitely not a Pepsi man, but I.
See, I'm not really a fact guy.
So no, but I did because I like to read the titles of these articles,
But nothing more.
but nothing more. But I did see a picture that indicated that possibly what I assumed was happening in that picture was true. So let it be known that there's a possible fact that happened. But corking bats, and what is the? All right, so one would think the only advantage is to lessen the weight. Does the cork do anything? Does the cork add
Yeah.
bounce?
It's the lessen the weight. You got it.
If that fucks.
That's first and foremost.
So I guess I just don't understand. Like, what's the benefit of corking the bat? Like, I get it. You're taking away some of the dense wood for the weight. I'm just wondering if the cork's adding some extra bounce, or it's just because the color matches the bat and it'd be hard to see. Or like, how do they? Like, couldn't you just like lean the bat over to the end and be like, oh, it looks like a fucking donut?
No. The cork is inside of the bat and it adds bounce to it. As soon as a bat breaks, that's when you were able to see that there's cork inside of a bat. There's a bunch of people who had got caught for corking their bats because of their bat breaking off of a fastball or something like that.
That seems like that's a huge risk to take. Like, you're willing to be like, my bat ain't fucking breaking.
Yeah.
You know,
they catching
Mariano
me.
Rivera of the New York Yankees, he was well known for having a pitch that would specifically break bats.
Ooh, the bat breaker,
Dang.
the
He
cork
threw
concealer,
more bat-breaking pitches, I think, than any other pitcher.
the great Bambino.
What was it, just like a fastball right down the middle?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
Or I can actually see
I
it
bet if I
being.
peeked my head in here and asked Rick, he would know.
I bet it's a fastball inside because that's where the bat is more likely to break on
That's probably it.
on a pitch.
Maybe it's like a little slider, and that's where it would end up in the plate.
Yeah, but you got to have a fastball coming at pretty high speeds and then have it, on the inside of the bat.
Oh no, here comes the bat breaker. About to find out if this motherfucker's been cheating. All right, well, shout out Pete Rose, Charlie Gamble, whatever your name is. You're a good dude. Probably a good heart.
That's not his name at all.
Model American.
It's Charlie Hustle. Yeah, but Charlie Gamble too, because that's what he was doing. So
He was a multi-talented man.
Where did we find this guy?
Shit. Definitely not an athlete like Michael Jordan. I know that. Michael Jordan.
great segue, Dake. So
Is that your
we've
pinnacle
got,
athlete?
Favorite
guys,
athlete of all time.
you
I'll
guys-
lay that out there.
Watching The Last Dance?
yeah, Trent, you've been keeping up with those last dance.
The Last Dance. I don't. Yeah. Fill me in on what the Last Dance is. I've
So-
seen a little bit about it.
So The Last Dance is basically a collaboration between ESPN and Netflix. They've just created a series where they talk about Jordan's like full career, right? The Last Dance is specifically about his last year playing with the Bulls. That's when Phil Jackson was supposed to leave the team, but it's basically just entirely Jordan's career and all the players surrounding it. So it just talks about, his attributes and stuff like that.
His fucking highlight reel is up. It's like Mike Tyson. If you've seen Mike Tyson's highlight reel, Michael Jordan's even better. And those are some of the best highlight reels I've ever
So
seen in my entire life.
Are you just running through the mics right now?
I like the mic. I talk about mics while on the mic.
Oh yeah. The thing about Mike Jordan is, in The Last Dance, I think is funny is he was worried that people would think he was an asshole. That's literally what he said. He said, "I'm worried that once this documentary comes out, people are gonna think that I was mean, or they're gonna have the wrong idea about Michael Jordan." And I think it's because this documentary actually puts it all on the table like that.
You know, when you're dedicated to something so hard, I don't care what it is. If you're dedicated and you truly live and breathe something, you're always gonna piss somebody off because they don't understand, your why you are so passionate about something that you'll just do nearly anything it takes to make sure you get to the goal that you had planned in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Mike was definitely he was hard on his teammates, but he
But for
wanted the
good
best.
reason.
Yeah, he wanted the best for his team, and he wanted to win championships, and he
And
did.
what did he get?
He won 5 championships.
Fuck yeah, he
Six.
6?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
MJ
that's
has
the
6
little
rings.
bit
Just
that
won
I
another
like,
one.
MJ
because they
3
were all talking
Alright,
like,
MJ
hey, he was,
we're gonna have to
he
run
was
that
hard
back.
on us. And at the time, we all hated him for it, but we understand what he was doing, and he needed to be that guy for us to be
He won.
better.
He won 6 championships. He had 2 not back to back, but he had 2 three-peats. That's big.
Buzzer beaters,
Michael Jordan-
record shots.
Michael Jordan went to the finals 6 times. He went to the NBA finals 6 times, and he won the NBA championship 6 times. That's one of the big deals about Michael Jordan, especially when you talk big basketball debates. MJ was undefeated in the finals. You get there, and he finished the job. And one of the big teams that kept him from getting there was the Bad Boys Pistons, Isaiah Thomas.
yeah.
And there's a cool story that The Last Dance talks about where Isaiah Thomas is a kid from Chicago, and he played in Detroit, conference or division rivals with Chicago, where he was, from, and he had this kind of hate, this rivalry, this deep rooted, like, I'm the king of Chicago, I'm the best hooper from Chicago, MJ, and he had to play him all the time, and they played on really good teams. So just one of the episodes of The Last
So
Dance.
he was from Chicago, but he
Right.
was playing for the Pistons, so he couldn't really rep Chicago.
Yeah,
Was he truly better than Jordan though?
No, it's not that he was better.
No,
I mean,
no.
but
No.
they were at the
No,
same
it's
time.
something like
Isaiah
that real
Thomas
quick.
was very, very good. Like he
Yes,
was.
yes,
It's
absolutely.
not at all like anybody would put him in a comparison of being better. He just is recognized as being an outstanding. He's top.
He's a Hall of
top
Famer.
2. Yeah, he's maybe top 3 point guards
Yeah.
all time.
Dude, the caliber
Michael
of
Jordan.
any of these.
Michael Jordan says his top 2 point guards goes Magic Johnson and then Isaiah Thomas of all time. So he lists Isaiah Thomas as second best.
But see, what the Pistons did at that time was basically like Hack-a-Shack, but they hacked everybody instead. It was basically
Hack
like
Michael Jordan.
yeah,
Like,
well,
get him on the
hack
floor.
They did not want anybody in the paint. What they
said,
did was-
put him on the ground if
Yeah.
he's in the paint. Put
They
him
just
on the ground.
they just made it a violent game.
And
And
that's how you take someone that's you have no other defense.
exactly, when Michael would drive the paint, they would hack him to the point where they thought they would bring his demeanor down, but
Is
that
that the
didn't work.
game? Is that really how the game was supposed to be played?
That
though?
that was how it was
That's
back
how
then.
you beat
That's
Michael
like
Jordan.
walking. That you should not be able to walk people in baseball.
In the Pistons mentality,
It should be
that-
illegal.
That is how you beat Michael Jordan.
And
That's
that
the only
worked.
way to beat Michael Jordan.
But you're not beating him in the game.
That's how good he is. You
You're
can't
beating
beat him.
him being a cheap shot.
You have to beat Michael Jordan.
Exactly. That's what the Pistons mentality
So
was.
you're not beating him though.
I mean,
On
But
paper, yes.
You were literally beating him.
no, like beating him down, put him
like
on
no,
the
they
ground.
saw him kicking him in the face. Like
But I mean, there's maybe only one other player in NBA history that is probably, I'd say, like Mike, and that's Kobe. And I think a
They're
lot
gonna
of
say LeBron.
no, LeBron is
No.
LeBron is good, and
Different styles.
LeBron is also he may be a top 3 basketball player ever. We can have that debate a different time, but he's not like Mike. He doesn't look like Mike on the floor. Kobe was identical to Mike on the floor. I mean, these guys move, even Michael
You can tell
Jordan
there's
jokes.
influence.
Wasn't
Kobe
he
stole my
influenced by
moves.
Jordan?
Yeah, for
a
sure.
lot of these players.
But everybody's
who
influenced.
wasn't? That's what I was gonna say.
Everybody is influenced by Michael Jordan, but only one person could have ever gone out on the court and been like, "You guys all want to be like Mike." You know, I am like Mike.
And that was Kobe.
That's
for sure.
Kobe.
This reminds me of a quote from Bruce Lee. He said, "I do not fear the man who knows 10,000 kicks, but I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times."
Ooh, that's Kobe. That's
And
Mamba
that's
mentality
Kobe.
right there.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I just peed
I love
myself
that
a
you just
little
brought
bit.
up Mamba
That's how
mentality.
deep that
That's
was.
so great.
That is.
I haven't heard that in a minute.
It is important. Mamba mentality.
Man,
Have you guys ever seen that commercial he did with like a bunch of different icons and leaders? He did it with
Definitely.
P Diddy, and it was a commercial they were running for a little bit. You
What
know
the
what
fuck
I'm
does
talking
that mean, Kobe Bryant?
about?
Kanye
Yeah, that
West.
stuff. Oh my
He's
god.
talking on C's Ansari, and he says, you know, are you the same beast but a different animal?
Yeah.
the guy was dedicated. I'll give him that. Like if we had to say the who is the closest to Jordan,
The only one.
I would agree with Kobe
Kobe is the only one that is like Mike.
because it all comes down to when you're not on the court.
Kobe
What
won
makes you
5
the
rings.
player?
Kobe three-peated.
Like
He
practicing
couldn't
every
three-peat
single day,
twice, but
all
he
your
three-peated.
time. Right? That's
Yeah,
it's the extra.
Kobe Shaq era was priceless.
Kobe and Shaq probably could have done it again if they would have had a chance. Man, I am so excited for these professional sports to come back. I can't wait. You know, whether we're getting that UFC and that Bundesliga, but the NBA, I'm hearing a lot of updates coming from them every day. It seems like a different idea of when they're going to
Is that what you miss most from this quarantine?
Nah. I miss a lot of things, but sports-wise is definitely going to be, you know, I miss basketball. We would be in the playoffs right now in a regular season. We'd be looking at some serious basketball, and this is different. It's kind of like the lockout year. We ended up only getting 50-something games. It's a short season, but in the lockout year, we were excited to get those 58 games. This time it feels like, hey, wait, what are we going to do? How are we going to resolve this season? It just left me on
Has
a
anybody
high note.
talked about how they're going to finish up the season? Like, are they just calling it a void season, no championships?
No, it seems like they definitely don't want to do that. I've heard a few things, read a few things, and it looks like maybe they want to move to a couple locations, being Las Vegas and Disney World, to round out the rest of the games. And they want a champion. They want a champion in this season, some way, somehow. They want a champion. You have to find a way.
You got to satisfy the people. There's got to be a resolve to this season. You can't just have a wash season. It can't just stop.
But this time off makes a big difference. Because if we return,
It's going to show who the true teams are.
If we return and the NBA plays 20 games, like we have players that have been out for what we thought previously was season-ending injuries, like Kevin Durant. We didn't expect to see in this season. Kevin Durant might be able to come back
I didn't think about
and
that.
play basketball in Brooklyn, who's a 7 seed. Now Brooklyn could potentially, legitimately have a shot at a championship.
Right.
But you know, there's a
That's
lot
a
of
game changer.
yeah.
Kevin Durant is that dude.
He is. The sports world has
all
been
games.
fun to follow on this quarantine, though. They've kind of been goofing on each other.
It's just all games, bro. It's games.
Yeah.
It's just funny games. It's
Games within games, but, you know, I think it's funny you see them all, like, talking to each other, making phone calls, kind of goofing or something, you know, like...
making pranks on people, or just talking trash in general, man. Just to kind of help it's all in
Did you see that-
re-sparking that sports
Did you see
vibe.
the one with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady?
Oh, bro. Dude, that was so
Grimes,
funny.
did you...
Grimes,
Grimes,
you
Yeah.
saw
So-
that.
So Peyton Manning is going to be playing in a celebrity golf match with. So it's going to be Peyton Manning and Tiger Woods matching up against Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady at the Medalist
What?
Golf Club in Florida on May 24th. So
What?
on a live stream today, Peyton Manning starts making jokes to Tom Brady about his breaking and entering during the NFL draft. And Tom Brady just takes like a champ, but he's just going off on the guy. He's having a really good time about how he ended up in the wrong house, and
He got Derek Jeter's house or something.
yeah, he got into the wrong house, and then he started to say how he wanted to host the golf tournament at a different place where people hated Tom Brady, which were Boston, Indianapolis, and Denver.
And Starbucks.
Yeah.
Boston.
So yeah, that was just it was a little Skype conversation between Brady, Mickelson, Woods, and Manning today. That was really enjoyable to see. But
Okay.
That's
Can
good
you
they're having
imagine
fun.
If that came to Indianapolis.
oh man,
Peyton Manning.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm glad they're having fun again.
It's Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Phil Mickelson, and Tiger Woods. That's a lot
Yeah.
of action right there.
Brady wouldn't stand a chance in Indianapolis.
All right, we've reached that point of the show. We're going to announce our backpack giveaway. Once again, check us out on Facebook. Hit our Big Fish Small Pod Facebook page. We'll be posting on there our weekly giveaways. And every episode after the giveaway, we'll announce the winner. You have to like and share to get entered. It's that easy. You can win free stuff. Who knows what it's going to be? This week, it's a backpack. All right, Grimes, hit the fishbowl.
As he's stirring up this fishbowl here, there's some things in there. This backpack's got a lock on the top. It's got a USB charger on the side. Charge your phone while you're walking, and it's going to
Jeff Cunningham.
Oh, Jeff Cunningham. Thank you for being a friend of the pod.
Hey,
All right, we'll be
nod
sending
to
a
the friend.
backpack your way.
Backpack to Jeff was popping, man. Congratulations. Well, I think that does it today for Big Fish Small Pod episode 6.
It was great.
Oh, I love that. It's for nothing, baby. Thanks for being in the water with us. Stay tuned next week.
Episode 7.
We'll have another giveaway fresh to you from us.
Until then, keep hitting our social media, Facebook, Apple, Spotify.
All that. Shout out to you. Thanks for listening.
See you next week.
Big Fish.